What is going on, guys? What's Sebastian here, back with another top 10 video for you all today. And for this top 10 video, I am basically going to get my top 10 favorite episodes from season 16 to 20. Again, hope you all enjoyed the series so far. I got upload one right top of my season episodes for 1 to 8 and seasons 9 to 15. Again, I want to check those videos out. But then we'll go 16 to 22. There are only like 5 seasons to choose from. There are a lot of great episodes to still choose from these seasons, obviously. So I still hope you enjoy. Let me know your favorite episodes. This question air down below in the comment section. It actually was a little harder than I actually expected, honestly. But I still enjoy. Let's get to the list. Now, kicking off the list at number 10 is the premiere episode of Survivor Heroes vs. Villains. That's kind of tricky. I actually had this number 10, actually, honestly. I think the only reason why it's on higher, obviously, I think the Sugar Runner was not the most interesting vet, obviously. But I remember this episode I was excited for, obviously. This is when I actually got into Survivor. I watched this like the first also season I watched live. And it is a truly epic that really does showcase like 10 years and 20 seasons. A lot more than Austin 550 has, honestly, but that's a topic for another day. But it's one showcases a lot of the best elements of all these like, players and these contestants from all the eras of Survivor up to this point. Getting to see a lot of iconic fun moments from them. Get like one of the most brutal challenges in Survivor history. We're going to get a lot of injuries, which again is pretty crazy that end up happening. But we still get a lot of entertaining moments, a lot of fun moments with the character, like seeing interaction between. And he started some storyline because he's doing, Russell trying to fact he lost last season. Trying to play the same strategy, maybe I could do it in a different way, obviously, but he doesn't. And some formula lines were like, Daniel Poverty, which comes like a big storyline this season, along his rivalry with Master Rob. Some fun moments with Coach and Jerry, some fun moments from the hero, JT trying to play for the Russell playbook. And again, the Sugar Boat's not like the most exciting food in the world, which is the only reason why it's not higher on this ranking. Okay. The only reason why it is not higher, but it's still a fantastic episode. And definitely one of the best premieres in Star history. In fact, on number 10 to tell you how great the other episodes are. And now at number 9, we actually get the only episode from Planet Samoa, which makes this list, which, I'll be honest, I'm surprised that any episode from Samoa made this actual list, because, Samoa is actually like the most well-regarded season, and I'll be honest, for kind of good reason, obviously. Yes. And I'll say, I definitely debate between this and an episode from Samoa, like I was going to, I debate between this and the episode after this, obviously, where basically, we get the Russell Island, obviously, I think that episode would make this list, obviously. Then we get to the merge episode, which not that you go with the merge episode, all hell breaks loose. Well, because again, it's just pure entertaining. It's crazy. And like seeing this fall flash and be with, obviously the glues, and then basically just falling apart in this episode and blowing up like an 8-4 lead, which is pretty insane, obviously. And the fact that it also showcases Natalie's actually impressive gameplay, like actually showcasing Natalie White here, and not showcasing that she was able to get this right to actually vote Eric almost unanimously. It's actually pretty impressive. We get some more fun Russell content. Obviously, we have here plays Idol, but obviously doesn't do anything against him. Obviously, again, doesn't have some episodes I definitely debate on. See, there's like a different debate between the episodes before this, but even with the premiere. But this episode is just pure entertaining and just get some very fun one-liners and all that stuff, and it makes fun again. Just a pure fun episode with a fun blindside. And now at number 8, we get the first Micronesia episode. Because obviously, Micronesia was going to make it some way onto this list because, it is like one of the best seasons of Survivor, in my opinion. And of course, we get basically another merge episode, actually, I just realized. Yep, the merge episode, I'm such a hot pickle. And this basically is just the episode basically, Jason's pretty much a dumbass here, but basically, lies on the bottom, obviously, because they were actually lying together. And we go back and forth between them and also the other players, and all the back and forth that goes on between all the players. We get the merge, everyone come together and all that stuff. Get some fun like Aussie content, and hosting him being the bigger threat, obviously, and then kind of like setting up a possible match of blindside, which again, spoiler, we'll get into that blindside. Again, still just a pure entertaining where we get like a fun challenge where Jason actually beats Ozzy a fucking lot of people in that challenge. And of course, we get that kind of line, it's a fucking stick. But basically, turns out, like, basically, because it has like a smiley face on it, and then it's an actual idol. Which, again, it's still freaking hilarious that he was able to fall for that. Like, it is just so goddamn hilarious that Jason was actually able to fall for that. and how Liza even likes to play it, obviously, to see the Ozzy might have the idol, and Eliza gets voting to do. Simple as that. But again, all that makes sure it's a highly entertaining episode. And now at number 7 and number 6, we get 2 Survivor Gabon episodes. Now, for those who don't know, actually, Survivor Gabon was actually the season that made me a Survivor fan. You guys don't know. I started with Survivor Gabon, the most batshit season, the most clusterfuck batshit season of Survivor. The one that's very unlike any other season of Survivor, for better or for worse. Again, a season that's definitely up in the air on who talks to, whether it's a good season or not. But at least you can say it's unlike any other season of the show, obviously, with how it's handled and everything. I mean, it was a season that poorly made Jack Prost nearly quit. I think he did quit at one point, but it's season that we're always told is much better heart. And honestly, even when I think of top price, it is, in my opinion, a really entertaining season. So yeah, number 7, I'm actually going to go with the episode. It probably would be my favorite Final Girl episode, and that is Nothing Tastes Better Than $500. But basically, it's like the Randy Boone episode, which it's honestly pretty obvious that Randy was going to be the Boone this round, because, freaking Randy, and they were focused on him being just an asshole, and all that stuff, and we get a lot of stuff too, obviously, and with the auction stuff, and the cookie stuff, and trying to share with Sugar, but she's denied, and trying to share it again, and gives to Maddie, and then Bob, who, by the way, was the winner of this season, by the way, intentionally makes a fake idol to embarrass Brandy, who, mind you, is one of his allies. But Brandy's not being allowed, so they kind of does know what I'm going to vote out. And then we get plays the idol. It's fake. We also get 2 iconic voting confessions with Sugar and Crystal. And it's just a pure entertainment throughout. And reality, you think that probably would be my number 1? Would be my favorite episode of Throne. I'm actually going to go with It All Depends on the Pinup Girl. And now, which is episode 6, and I'm going to be real, it might be a little biased, honestly, because this is actually the episode of Survivor that made me a Survivor fan. Yeah, this is the first episode I've ever watched, obviously, so maybe I'm maybe a little biased, but it's still a great episode. Obviously, Sugar will be next on the 5th time, obviously, having a double drop council episode, Wonka's winning, giving it to Sugar, who was probably the clear target at that portion, and then she trying to make a move on motion, basically like votes out Ace, her closest ally. I mean, even get a finally damn boot drop council as well. So yeah, so while the Bailey could think that the episode before honestly should be above it, honestly. Again, I'm just saying, it's nostalgia, obviously. Again, bonus is just in general like, high entertaining season that I can myself be watching, obviously. These episodes could be actually much higher, honestly, but again, this is I got a stacked list of episodes, obviously, especially when we get to the top 5. But these episodes are still entertaining and really showcases the craziness that happens with Survivor Gabon. And speaking of top 5, we get to the episode that you probably expected to make a top 5, honestly, from Micronesia, and that is If It Smells Like a Laugh, Give It Cheese. Basically, kind of similar to like last week's episode. The only reason I need to talk about this episode, because obviously it is an iconic episode for a reason. Like so much also, the James go throughout this episode, obviously, where Eric basically gets up to Mutant Natalie to kind of set it up where he actually wins the Water Challenge, takes Amanda, exiles Parvati, probably actually playing parts of Idol, but decides to not use it, or throws it away from him correctly. Eric actually wins the immunity. It's really in her, having another iconic moment in the show, showcasing why she is one of the best players. Like, if her last time didn't prove it, this is going to prove how fantastic Suri is as a competitor and as a player. Like, she has her incredible social ability here, and she was basically the main catalyst along with personality to basically convince Eric to give up his immunity to Natalie. And then it gets voted out. Like, they don't even try to hide it. But again, similar to changing, I don't really want to talk on it too much because I feel like Survivor does that enough already. But I cannot deny the iconics of this episode, so why it is in the top 5. And we go from one iconic episode to another iconic episode. We get the modern approach, episode 18, episode 13 as for our Toga Teens. And in 2016 season, I'm surprised they didn't actually make more episodes didn't actually make the top 10 because I do love Toga Teens. It was the first full Survivor season I watched, and I still have fond memories of that season. And it's funny when I watched the season, I actually didn't like Coach at all. But now I think he's probably the best character ever on Survivor, and this episode alone showcases the incredibleness of character. Like, this is definitely one of the best character episodes ever. So I don't think I really say all night. Like, it's just a big Coach episode, showcasing some of his best qualities, the most hilarious qualities, and eventually leads to his boots. Again, I don't think I can say more beyond that. It's just a Coach episode. I don't think anything more wise than top 4. Basically that itself is it. Enough said. And now we go from another iconic episode to another iconic episode. Sorry. But yeah, another iconic episode we'll get to is I Promise, which is episode 10. Basically, it's the Ozzy Blindside episode. Like, do I even need to talk about that? Because it is a true iconic, like people still consider Ozzy Blindside to be the best blindside in Star history. And for good reason, because it is an iconic blindside. They really said that very well. They even kind of tricky thinking that Jason was going to get voted out still. And yet they got to pull the rug from under you. Stuff. I mean, so it's basically, get a fun one challenge, you get the whole thing check, basically, the race to hit, obviously, get some fun, hilarious stuff from that. You Ozzy waiting for donuts. Obviously, and then we have Jason Party that's left, and then Jason agreed to not vote him out, obviously, and then crossing their fingers and everything. And then Spears like, hey, we only get one chance to go to Ozzy. Let's do that. And like I said before, they basically trick your thing because they get one for Ozzy, then Jason. Then, yeah, basically vote out. Then Ozzy. And then, like, Eliza's reaction on the jury bench basically says it all. Like, oh my. Sorry about that. I'm still dealing with a bit of a cough, but yeah, her reaction basically just says it all. Again, this is the reason why people consider Ozzy Blindside to be one of the best blindside ever, because it is an iconic blindside. Got rid of probably one of the biggest plays of the season. Because obviously he was a great competitor in that season, in this first time around. Obviously, he basically was close to winning, and he actually got rid of him this time. Like, damn. But yeah, all around excellent episode. But now, before we get to the top 2, and usually I bring up number 1, obviously, but when we get to top 2, you'll understand why. Let's get into the honorable mentions. The episodes I absolutely love, they just did not make the actual list. And the honorable mentions are. I'm not gonna need you. I'm gonna fix it. Basically, the episode before Eric's mind, basically, the episode before Eric's Mira Beauty Flump. Jimmy and Mary would get a loved one visit, James get evacuated, Eric and Mary again, Alex blindsided and iconic, Amanda autoplay. Then we get 2 episodes from Cabot, where we got the brains behind everything, basically episode basically trapped out to merge, and then Charlotte gets blindsided. And then the episode Apple the Garden of Eden, where basically Edgy basically just gets thrown out the window of the season, and Marcus, who was the most likely to win that season, basically gets the boots. Also get a random transfer that basically proves him, obviously, but yeah, someone basically was said to be like the big winner of the season gets voted out. And then from Token Cheese, we got the biggest fraud in the game, which is basically the Brendan Blindside episode, and Brendan just really sucking his own game. And then we got the Ultimate Sacrifice, basically the episode before the Modern Approach. We get a very emotional auction, a very emotional love one visit with Taj, obviously, and a fun debut as well. Again, Coach just being Coach. From Samoa, we get the episodes I mentioned, Tastes Like Chicken, basically the episode that basically Kelly Blindside and the Russell Ira play. They are reckoning the War Blindside, with John randomly decides to run out of love for whatever reason. And we got the episode of Puppmaster, which basically explains the craziness behind Russell. And then we have the 2 episodes from Hero vs. Villains, which are definitely the closest to making the actual top 10. And those episodes mean like anything could happen, which is basically the finale, which leads to an epic Sandra win. And Night Mukambu, basically the only time that story actually gets found out without like any like twist-scurry stuff. Even if it's even it still takes a still IO play to get a vote out, it's still crazy that it leads to that. So just can't get voted out by normal circumstances, but this is kind of the most normal, honestly, and it's also just from IO play and JT being JT. But that was the episode that was definitely closest to making the list. And now we get to the top 2, which honestly, considering the fact that we all talked about 16 to 20, I think you guys probably know what top 2 would make this list if you are good enough. Basic spoiler, these 2 episodes are from Hero vs. Villains. Again, they're pretty actually in the top 10, but the top 2 are basically from that season, which is obviously one of the best final seasons of all time for a damn good reason. And we get 2 of the most iconic episodes from that season. And again, for good reason. Of course, the first one being Anakin, which is episode 6. Basically, episode where Tyson basically votes himself out. We get some impressive move from Russell and Parvati, honestly, the fact that these are just big split though, no matter what happens and who plays out for who. One they will give out no matter what. And no one's going to try to sway from the plan, honestly. It'll be perfect. And then Russell uses his tactics to basically Tyson for poverty, which he's taking vote out, Russell getting two, and then Tyson basically, again, getting himself voted out. I mean, it's fun time with the hero and Champ Counts, obviously, where after James and the Banana Anakin stuff, honestly, reached to James emotionally having a very emotional vote out. Yeah, definitely of all the episodes with both tries to go time gods, this is definitely the best one in my opinion. And of course, just going down flight. Basically, the merch episode, which is definitely up there with one season as the best merch episode of all time. And we get like so many crazy dynamics from both the heroes and the villain team, from both, and obviously, Sandy Rupert, Paul and Amanda, Rupert Russell, Harvey Russell. Like, we get so many interesting layers of dynamics here. Especially, with the JT basically gave Russell's idol episode before, which is still pretty insane that even happened. We also get that media trend stuff now, obviously, and then Russell basically gets Power Idol, and he doesn't know Power actually has an idol. And then, of course, we get the first true double idol play in Survivor history. Well, Poverty actually decides to play her idols, both Jerry, Sandra, and Jerry. Because Amanda actually was pretty terrible acting, honestly. Think that it's still acting really. They thought, like, hey, you should play out for yourself, obviously. But then it's so terrible acting. Like honestly, kind of good. That's kind of why she makes a lot of drama for times. And while the close to JTV was pretty obvious, it's still a pretty fun downfall. I mean, he kind of ran on to himself. Yeah. I'm talking about because it's definitely a debate on which one. Like I can't actually debate Tyler honestly, but considering I'm talking about Survivor episodes, obviously I think it would not be fair. So, spoiler when I actually do my all-time best episodes list, you can probably expect both these episodes to make my top 10. Like, these are truly iconic episodes for a damn good reason. Again, entertaining, crazy moments, just moments that remind you why you love the show. So yeah, for number two, I'm going Banana Kit. Number one, I'm going with Going Out in Flames. Again, it's a razor thin margin. No, like Banana Kit could be number one, number two. Like that's how close these episodes are. But this is one particular right now. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your favorite episodes down below in the comment section. From Micronesia, Gabon, Tokachin, Samoa, and Hero Films. Which are your favorite episodes from this portion of Survivor? Never done with Time Edition. Next episode, next one's gonna be on the Dark Era Survivor. So, wish me luck if I'm actually able to. And it's crazy I'm actually able to find actually good episodes from this era, but yeah. I hope you enjoyed the last. I am Simo More of Simo Productions. I will see you next time. As always, stay cool and pretty. Leave a little sprinkle of positivity coming your way. Peace.